situated?
Hello again.
Hello again. How are you?
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
It feels like it's been a very long time.
I don't know why.
I think we did a lot.
Yeah, I think so too. Because, yeah, we've gone way longer stretches.
Without doing a pod.
Yeah.
But this, for some reason,
Yeah, feels nice to be back.
feels good. Feels like home.
I'm very happy to be home. I've been getting homesick at work, which I don't really know what that means. But
Yeah.
not really homesick, but just like a real longing for being at home. Like for it being the end of the day and being kind of safely at home.
I think you have a longing for sunlight.
Well, there's definitely that. Yeah.
When you're
That's
just in
probably,
a basement all day.
Yeah, I'm sure that's just part of
We
like.
have a lot of big windows at home.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure it's just a longing for just general comfort.
Yes. Yeah.
Even though I'm not horribly uncomfortable at work, but
It's a pretty comfy chair.
it's a very comfy chair. Very happy about that. I specifically got it without, it doesn't have arms.
So you can play guitar.
And it's wide so that I can play guitar. Although I've been playing guitar standing up there.
Which is probably best.
Which is way better, yeah. I didn't for a while because I was just overlooking the fact that it totally had a strap on it.
Yeah.
I kept thinking it didn't, and then one day I looked at it and I was like, there's been a strap on this entire time.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking a good 9 months.
I mean, you
I
could.
didn't realize it.
Do you wander? Do you walk around? Mm-mm. You should just meander.
No, because it's already really awkward when somebody comes down and I have to
And you're shredding.
and I'm shredding or just, doing my finger combinations, but to a metronome.
Right.
And I typically have turned the music off because I can't really play.
Yeah.
Because then the metronome and the music
that would
time,
drive me
it
nuts.
just,
Yeah,
it doesn't
totally.
work. So I already have to kind of quickly get back into work mode and help the customer. So if I were across the room,
Right.
I had to wander back holding it, it just gets awkward. And I think I confuse people. So
Right.
I've had a couple times where people come down and it's normally people who, this is what's funny. So often someone will come down to the basement and I can see the elevator and I hear it open. And so they walk in and they look really confused.
They were trying to go to the lobby.
And it's because they're trying to go to the lobby. They've been on the second floor and they try to go to the lobby. In the elevator,
Oh, it's labeled.
everything is labeled, including the button that has a manufactured button on the elevator that has one with a star. The unifucking-versal sign for main floor,
I think
lobby, something. You even put lobby.
I put a vinyl sticker that says, 1A through 1C.
Oh, I think it just says 1A,
lobby.
yeah.
Does it not say lobby?
It might not say lobby.
I'll add lobby.
We can. But here's the thing. I don't
Or
even think
exit
it'll
or
matter
something, yeah.
because I think what people do is they get in the elevator staring at their phone and they press the lowest button,
one. Yeah.
and then they end up in the basement and then they're confused and then I'm standing there
They're
playing
playing
guitar,
guitar. Yeah,
and
that's
they
pretty
think they're
funny.
interrupting me in my private space and I'm like, no, I'm just hanging out at the shop and no
Yeah.
one's here, so I'm playing guitar. And so, the whole thing just gets confusing. So no, I do not wander. I stay in my spot so that I can quickly get back into service representative or sales representative mode.
Yeah.
Anyway, I did not play guitar today because
You cut your finger.
I cut my fucking finger again. Different finger, different hand, different spot, equally as annoying and going to be hard
Anytime
to...
you cut the webbing.
Yeah,
It's
cut the webbing between
that's-
my first and second, my first forefinger and my middle finger.
You sent me a photo, and I was in the middle of tattooing, but I did see the photo.
Did you?
Because I went to wash my hands or something, and I looked, and I just immediately went, ooh.
Yeah, it's one of those things where actually it looks worse than it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, my little Pyrex that I brought my salad in just had a chipped edge that I didn't
Yeah.
realize, I'm sure, from the dishwasher or just
We
clanging.
stack 'em
We stack
too,
them, yeah.
yeah.
And I somehow just
I don't
grazed but sort of raked my hand over the chipped spot, and similar to my other finger that is healed now and is
Yeah.
completely fine, and did totally get through the show. I can't remember if I talked about that
Yes.
or not. It was just a dink moment, and then I was kind of like, okay, it always takes a minute
Yeah.
for it to start bleeding, so I'm like, maybe I'm okay, and then I kind of pulled it back, and I was like,
Yeah.
nope, that's a chunk, and then it just wouldn't stop bleeding,
Yeah.
and thankfully for this, it was a relatively quiet day at the shop, because I was just
We have Band-Aids, right? Or
not there.
I thought we did.
Maybe we do,
All
and
right,
I don't know
we'll
where
make
they
a note.
are.
Band-Aids.
Band-Aid wouldn't have helped.
Right.
There's
right.
no
The
way
placement.
to, yeah. So I just had a paper towel on it for a while, just kind of like wedged
Yep.
in there and just kind of held it. And now it's clotted, so it's pretty much okay. I'm just sitting here staring at it, and it's definitely a little raw.
No.
Anyway, so I did not play guitar, but I can play guitar. And
think-
that's my pick hand. And honestly,
grip?
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I can pretty much do everything.
I think as I
the
get-
worst thing was it started to dry out a little bit, and then it was when I was packing up my stuff,
you stretch
moving
it,
it. So I think
reopen
as
it.
long as I keep like some ointment on it, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just tough as fuck, so I'll be fine.
Exactly. You're very tough. You're very strong. That would cripple other people. I think I don't know why now. Maybe it's an age thing. But like, you know, as you get older, you're more prone to crying. You know,
Yeah.
or things like you watch a commercial and all of a sudden you're crying. You're like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I think with wounds, and I deal with blood and stabbing people and like shit all the time. But like when you sent me that photo, like everything tightened on me. I was like, oh.
Yeah, really?
I can like feel it way more, and like thinking about it, or whenever I see someone get hurt, I'm always like, ugh.
Oh, that's funny.
Whereas
I'm
like when I
almost
was
becoming
young,
the
I like
opposite.
didn't care.
I'm kind of the opposite now.
Yeah.
Someone can show me something, I'm like, that sucks. Maybe it's because I hurt myself more than you
Yeah.
do, which really I don't actually. These are two very fluke things that have happened.
I'm just always in pain, so
Maybe it's that, but yeah. I don't know. I'm getting less emotional as I get older.
well, I'm less emotional, but maybe I like
Although I got
empathize or
I
sympathize.
did have to today I had to call one of our distributors because we ordered some product like 2 months ago.
I know this story.
And she sent the wrong thing
Right.
because she didn't fucking read my email because they don't have just a normal way of ordering things. You still
It's
have
an
to
old
like
school
it's an old school
company,
company. And so she sent the wrong thing. I told her, she said, okay, send it back,
which you did.
which I did. But sort of in the interim, I was like, well, I need the product that I tried to order. And she's like, okay, well, the easiest way is just go ahead and order that. We'll charge your card for that, and then I'll credit you for the ones that I accidentally sent you upon their return.
Right.
I'm like, okay. So she sent me the return labels. I had them shipped out that exact same day. They arrived 3 days later. I still haven't gotten my fucking credit. And I've emailed her, and I've called, and I've emailed her, and I've called, and she keeps making up excuses, and she keeps saying all these things. And so last week I called and talked to another person who, I asked for the person who is the problem child. And she was like, well, so I gave her my name, and she's like, let me go see if she's available. And she's like, okay, she said that Diane said she's looking for her paperwork and she's going to do it on Thursday. Well, nothing happened.
Right.
So I called today and I got the same woman. I said, is Diane available? And then she came back and she's like, Diane said that she can't find the paperwork. And I said, okay, well, what are we going to do then?
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I don't know. I was like, well, ma'am, I don't know what the fuck that woman's name is. I was like, I've been waiting for this credit for 2 months. Who can I talk to? I basically had to turn into a bitch.
Yeah.
And I was kind of yelling at this woman as the messenger.
Right.
And then she's like, well, let me see if she's available. So then Diane gets on the phone. She's like, Elizabeth, I can't find your paperwork. I was like, okay, Diane, so what are we going to do?
Yeah.
What the I didn't say fuck. I
Right.
refrained
You're very good.
from
You're
cursing.
very good. You're very good at dealing with people.
I'm not. All I wanted to be was like, fuck you dumb bitch.
Yeah.
What is going on? And I kind of was like that. And she was just like, she just kept coming with the excuses. I was like, Diane,
It doesn't
I don't
matter.
give a fuck.
Yeah. You got to do
You
this.
owe me $225 and
Yeah.
you have for 2 fucking months. I was like, I returned your shit 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Give me my fucking credit. And she was like, I'll do it on Friday. I was like, Diane, I have the receipt.
Yeah. I can
I can email it to you. I've been emailing you in the chain that has the receipt. I was like, you cunt. I
Yeah.
was just like, I just really wanted to call her a cunt so badly because she's being super cunty. And basically she was like, I'll do it on Friday. I was like, Dan, I need it in my account on Friday.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay. And I was like, okay, bye. I was mean.
Yeah.
But rightfully so. I was like, this is the only way to get my point across. And then I emailed her. I was like, Dan, here's the receipt. I need the credit for these items in the receipt for this amount. Here it is.
Yeah.
What more do you need? Also, losing my paperwork is not an excuse.
It's very weird.
It's very weird. And she's like, well, I was working alone for 3 weeks. I was like, Diane, that was a month ago.
Yeah.
I work alone every fucking day.
I think,
Anyway, it got me so flustered because And also, it just makes me uncomfortable. I don't like being like that.
The confrontation is terrible, and you don't want to have to do it. And we've talked
No,
about
but
this.
it's like I've literally called or emailed her probably 8 times.
Right.
And no response on email. The only way to get a response is on the phone, and that's been, I think, 3 or 4 times where she didn't have an answer, and she told me she would do it. So I was just like, the only way is to be a bitch.
Yeah, well, it's not even being a bitch. It's just what is so frustrating is this happens over and over and over in every business and in every. I think everybody deals with it in every sector, but we always say you got to be squeaky.
Yeah.
Because only the squeaky wheel gets oiled, and it is so frustrating that people just refuse to do
Yeah.
their job, no matter what it is.
I'm like,
and you have to be annoying.
You created this problem.
Yeah, you sent the wrong thing.
You sent the wrong goddamn
And now all you have to
thing.
do is refund it.
Well, that's what I'm so confused about too. I'm just like,
what do you? Yeah, what do you?
Why are you not able to do this?
But this is, how many times have we run into this? And I try to explain this to people all the time. But what happens a lot, whether intentionally or not, I mean, this is how hospitals make insane amounts of money, is because
people just don't.
They don't
follow
question
up,
it.
They don't question it. They don't push it.
And if there is the tiniest bit of pushback, they just let it go.
I was talking to one of our artists yesterday who got a letter from like the city of Columbus tax division claiming that she had not paid city taxes, and she was like, I have all of my receipts from paying your city taxes.
Yeah.
But they literally sent her like a court date and all this shit. And she had to like go to her accountant and basically like they're having to like send all this paperwork in. And it's like, okay, 1, what if she didn't have an accountant?
Right.
2, what if she didn't have all these receipts? Like she paid it, but doesn't keep things filed away or whatever. Well, now the city is just, because there's all these fines that she was going to have to pay. And she's like, I've paid this.
Yeah.
And part of me is just like, how is the city even doing this? But a similar thing happened to us where it was like, we got a low-key audit where they also claimed we hadn't paid city taxes. And we sent them all of our past, and it was over years. It was like the same thing that happened. They're like, you haven't paid for years. And it's like, I have my returns and I have all the receipts. But it's like, had we not submitted that or had that ready to submit, they would have just kept finding us and finding us and finding us, and then you go to court, or then you don't show up for court because you have to go to your work, and then you're fined for that, and now you have a warrant out. All this crazy
What's
shit.
amazing is that the onus is always upon you to do the work, not them.
Yeah.
So like they will send this, and you can be like, "Oh no, I paid," and they'll be like, "We'll prove it."
Yeah.
They're not going to look.
No.
They're not going to look through their records or
No.
see if they may have done something wrong. It's just like trying to get the property zoned.
Yeah.
You know how parties, like people we were dealing with, were refusing to even question that there was any possible way they may have been incorrect.
Right.
And then it was on us
to
sift
look
through
into
the information
it. Yeah.
and find a clerical error.
Which we did.
But if we had not,
Yeah.
well, you did all the legwork. If you had not made the effort to go and look through all of this fucking paperwork and find out that something was registered at a wrong number, then it never would have been resolved. And we would have been like completely fucked.
Yeah.
And that's like over and over, every project in every way.
It's so weird. And then I start to look at myself. I'm like, okay, well, where am I maybe doing these things?
I'm sure there. Yeah.
And I should, and maybe, which I guess that's a little silver lining. It's like, okay, well, maybe I'm going to be a little more conscientious about the way I operate to make sure I'm not doing this to other people. But like, my fucking God.
And it does, I think the key thing is, well, luckily our business is still fairly small.
Yeah.
Right? So we're dealing with, 40-ish entities at a time or something. But there are like now multiple distributors. It would be very easy for those things to get confused.
Yeah.
All the artists. But I think
Spreadsheets.
That's what I was going to say. I think if you have organizational methods in place from the ground floor, from the get-go.
Totally. Which I didn't, but I'm building them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm literally building right now. I'm finally building my inventory spreadsheet so that when I do, because now it's like, we've had to do some reorders, but not a ton.
And I think, this was also when we were opening this phase of the business. So we're opening a retail store. We've never done that before.
Yeah.
And I knew the brands we wanted to carry.
Yeah.
So I made some initial contacts. Then that left you in the dark. So then, and I'm not as organized. So then it was, so then I had to give you all this information, but I didn't have all of it.
Well, it's like there's just so many moving parts now for everybody. the world is just moving so quickly. There's so many things that your little tendrils can be
I
in.
wonder which AI could help us the most.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know,
The only problem with that, right, well, it's not a problem actually, but there's that learning curve. So it's
Right.
like right now, it's like I don't feel like I have the time right now to learn the AI to help me. I just need to do the thing,
Right.
but maybe a little further down the line when there's a little more room or time.
Because if you have downtime, you ask the AI, "Hey, how can I use you to fix?"
And
or organize?"
and it's a matter of figuring out what does need to be fixed, what does need to be,
right.
and I don't really
Yeah.
know that
Yeah, where are
yet.
the weak
So it's
points?
almost like I have to do this initial groundwork to
Yeah.
then figure out, okay, where do I need help? Where can I keep doing things on my
Yeah.
own? Where do I just want help? But I'm not there yet. So instead,
So-
spreadsheets it is.
Diane is dead to us.
She's not dead to us. She's just driving me fucking crazy. No, because I'm like, I want their products.
I
There's
know.
something that I like and a lot of artists like,
Yep.
but I'm like, Diane.
Yeah.
This is also the woman who, when I first called to set up our account, talked to me for 45 minutes about how she'd been sick,
Right.
about her sisters, about her family, and she has the thickest fucking New Jersey accent I've ever heard. I mean, she's a caricature of a person.
Yeah.
Oh, God, Diane.
You know, and I have sympathy for Diane. I think,
I don't know if I do anymore. I think she's just kind of
I
stupid.
feel like any salesperson who does that, where they just talk,
She's lonely.
She's lonely.
She's lonely.
She's lonely.
Oh, but I'm like, well, Diane, if you want to keep me on your side and you want to have little conversations with me every time I place an order, give me my money back.
yeah, give me my money.
Give me my money. Anyway, so yeah. Why did I bring that up today?
I think
yeah.
you needed to.
Emotions. I'm feeling less emotional.
Except
I
for that,
would have been, years ago, I would never have done that.
like,
I probably would have just eaten the credit.
Yeah.
I would have been like, I don't want to deal with this. I don't feel like confronting somebody. And now I kind of like vibe for the confrontation a little bit.
yeah,
We saw the other day we were taking a walk and we were walking down High Street and I noticed a person begging, who knows what their situation was, and a man and his wife were going into this restaurant, and on their way in, he handed this person, like $1 or however much money. I saw the exchange happen. And instead of just saying, thank you so much, and being on his way, this fucking beggar is like giving him this whole spiel. The man's wife's already inside with like their kid, but he's awkwardly holding the door, like listening to this guy just go on and on and on, but like trying, like one foot in, one foot out. And I wish I had, but I almost, as we passed them, looked at the beggar and said, leave them alone. They gave you money, get the fuck out of here.
yeah.
Because I was like, I don't know, just he's in our neighborhood, and I just felt like you're being an asshole right now. He
Yeah.
just gave you money. Let him go inside and enjoy his meal with his family. But he didn't, and I wish I had. But I find myself wanting to do more things like that, just to like, I don't know.
Be careful.
Well, I know.
You're gonna become a Karen.
Not gonna become a Karen.
Be careful.
Only for deserving parties.
Yeah.
But no, and it's not that I want confrontation. It's in moments where I'm like,
Well,
this is wrong.
I think
Stop
you have
it.
less fear.
Yes, I definitely have less fear about it. And I mean, I don't know. We're just around so many different people all the time that I guess I'm not really scared of anybody anymore,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is a good feeling.
I think it's-
Not that I'm aloof.
Well, I think
Is that I feel confident in saying these things, or I don't know.
Well, what I would say is, people get taken advantage of if they look like people who are easy to take advantage of.
Yeah.
And that's in all sectors. It's people who get mugged or robbed more often, are people try and scam weak parties. That's why
Of
it's always
course.
elderly people.
Yeah.
That's why it's like poor, ignorant people. The people are trying to rob. Who do people prey on? It's going to be easy targets. People don't want to get in confrontations. People actually don't want to get in confrontations at all. That's why like some homeless people can be pretty pushy until you push back. And typically the second you stand up for yourself, then they become meek.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so I think that's we've had to do that with landlords. We've had to do that with.
I guess maybe I've just now had to do it enough
had to
times
do it
that
so
I
many
feel
times.
confident
Yeah.
in what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not to escalate a situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's never to escalate. It's never to do it just to do it. It's always to diffuse or get away from something. But yeah, I just feel like, fuck it.
The key is to not lose compassion.
Of course.
You know, so like finding the balance of being confident, being strong, being independent, being forceful, knowing what you want, but then also realizing that like other people are in different positions in different places.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think by you being stronger, more confident, and willing to be a bulldog, then you're more likely to be able to help other people as well.
Hopefully.
Because
and that's my goal.
There's so
something
many
like-
young artists and people we deal with who don't want to speak up for themselves.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
keep it up.
I'm going to try. One Diane at a time.
One Diane at a time. She can't take, well, I don't, obviously I don't think hers is malicious. I just think she's dumb.
Oh, gosh.
Which,
yeah.
Everybody's at different places and different life experiences. That's what's always so funny too. I'm like, Diane, has this not happened to you before? Like,
I don't
what are you
know.
doing?
I don't know.
But-
I think she forgot about it and
I
then
think
she
so.
lost it.
Well, right.
And I think she's trying to tell me that she lost it. And I'm like, you got to figure it out.
You still got to do it.
You still got to do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was your day.
I had a solid day. Yeah, great client. I mean, we started on a walk this morning, go breakfast. Pretty normal, typical day.
Yeah.
Went to the store. Going to make you some pork tenderloin tonight.
Yep, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, pork tendies. Yeah. We went to a very fun show over the weekend.
Collective Soul.
Collective fucking Soul
It
at
was
the Strawberry
cool,
Festival.
yeah.
It was very cool.
Absolutely.
They were fun to see. Just
Well, something you kept saying over and over.
I was gonna.
And over.
I wasn't
and
gonna say it
over
again.
again.
Listen, when I really want to emphasize a point, I like to repeat myself.
When you're pretty tipsy, you like to repeat
I
yourself.
like to repeat myself.
But I do agree with the point, and it was that Collective Soul came to play this event. It was sort of in conjunction with the Troy Strawberry Festival, which is something Troy's very known for.
I didn't realize it was a big deal. It was
Yeah.
clearly a big deal. It was a very big festival.
Now, I don't know, are there strawberry fields around Troy? I don't know. I think it's just a novelty thing. But they played at the high school football stadium
Outside, yep.
outside on a Saturday in early summer in Troy, Ohio, which is like, I don't know,
a city
25 minutes north of Dayton.
It's a city
straight
of
up
like 30,000
75.
people, yeah.
And they could have come in and played 10 to 12 songs, kind of, no real production, just played the hits.
They could have phoned it in.
They could have totally phoned it in. And honestly, probably would have been fine.
Mm-hmm.
But these motherfuckers came and put on a goddamn show.
It was a rock show.
It was a real rock show.
Yeah,
I mean, they
totally.
played a solid, hour and a half?
Yeah,
plus.
for sure.
All the production,
Big production.
full performance, sounded great, engaged with the audience, was like very aware of where they were.
Totally.
They're very sweet. It was really fun.
Yeah, they looked cool and it wasn't overly pretentious. They didn't act
Oh.
like they were too good
No,
to be there.
And they played all their hits,
Oh,
which
absolutely.
anymore, I feel like so many bands are like, especially bands that have been around long enough
Yeah.
now, that they're sick of playing the hits,
Well,
or they're at something that they're like, oh well, it's not, we're not on a real tour, so
Right.
we're just gonna do whatever we want. And they played everything that
They did.
everybody would know.
And they peppered them throughout. So
Yeah.
it wasn't like, okay, we're going to wait an hour and a half and now we're going to hear the 4 big songs
Right.
or something. It was like, no, we're going to spread them all out. Like, I thought they did Shine way
they
early
did
on. I
Shine
was
like song 4
I was like,
or something.
whoa. I
Yeah,
can't believe-
yeah.
But yeah, it was extremely fun and cool, and I was uplifted.
I think so too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was a really good time. Now we drove home, which it wasn't that late, and it takes an hour and like 20 minutes to get from Troy to Columbus. And I think we left at like 11:15,
Yeah.
between 11 and 11:15. I wanted to die that entire drive home.
I was pretty rowdy in the car.
I was tired, and I don't drive at night very often anymore. And it was one of those things where I was like, maybe I should practice this a little more often because it was hard getting home.
Well, we're
It's
about to
very
be on
hard.
tour with a lot of night driving.
I know, but thankfully nothing will be longer than probably 20 minutes
Right,
at
it'll be
night.
to the hotel.
It'll be to the hotel.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just like, I think when we first got in the car, you decided that it was time for rock history and rock facts, and I'm
Well,
going to
you
play a
know.
bunch of songs you don't know. And I think I got really quiet at one point, and you were like, "Are you enjoying this?" And I said, "Not at all." And it was more so that I needed something that I could sing along to, that I
Right,
was
to keep
familiar
the
with. I
energy
needed
up and-
something
yeah.
to keep the energy up with.
Totally get it.
But oh yeah, the drive home. The drive home sort of. I had such a good time with the show. I had such a bad time driving home that it wasn't until the next morning that I was like, that was really fun.
Yeah.
And we were with a great group of people, so that
Yeah.
always helps. You know what I didn't realize until like yesterday, but we did Jello shots right when we got there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing they were strawberry.
They were red. I
They were
assume
red.
they were strawberry.
But yeah, I was like, oh, I did a red Jello shot, and I was like,
At the
bet it
Strawberry
was
Festival.
supposed to be a strawberry.
I bet it was.
I am like, Jello shots are my thing
That's
right
your
now.
thing, yeah.
But just, I don't like bash them or anything, but like one or two.
You know,
like,
we're gonna have some dinner guests Friday. We should make.
we should just make some
Jello
Jello shots. Like a little pack. I don't know. I just think they're really fun.
Yeah,
They're just a little cute novelty thing.
it is.
Obviously, you can make them.
As strong as you want.
Deadly.
Well, you know, they get to a point where they won't congeal.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
if it's too much alcohol, they won't set.
Yeah.
So you have to like
But they're fun.
the right ratio.
Yeah.
They're great, and it's very summery.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Jello in general is summery.
I think that's what it is it feels like it's warm out.
Makes me want to be on a boat for some reason.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Jello shot. I don't know.
Jello shots. So that was fun.
Yeah.
What else happened this weekend?
We did some temporary tattoos.
Yep, another temporary tattoo event, which is just hilariously so fun and so well received by people. I mean, we've
It's
now
great
done it
PR.
at enough events that are different from one another that it's a universal thing.
It's people go
People
nuts.
love it.
People love it.
Kids, adults,
Everybody.
teenagers,
Yeah.
babies. I mean, I think I saw them on every type of person, every age, every. Like, it was really fun.
Well, it's a thing that like you stop doing once you're an adult typically.
Yes.
You know, but when you're at a community event, if you're at a festival, if you're at a market, and you have these temporary tattoos, people are like, "This is a funny thing I didn't even think about."
Yeah.
You know, like what?
And then the extra layer of real tattooers
and that's what
doing
peop-
fake tattoos.
I think it's such good promotion.
Yeah.
For the brand and for tattooers because, okay, you're tattooing a lot of little kids. It's
Yeah.
probably the majority leans to kids.
Yeah.
But then the parents typically have tattoos.
Yeah.
The kids who are more into it, their parents have tattoos, and then their parents want to talk about
Real
real
tattoos.
tattoos.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it's like this like flywheel that starts spinning, and they're like, well, these people must be nice or wholesome because they're doing these
This
for
community
kids,
event.
for these
Yeah,
kids. So then
yeah.
they like already like are creating these structures in their heads about like your integrity as
Yeah,
a person
yeah.
or whatever. So it's immensely positive, really good PR, low cost and low impact. You know, like you can buy. I think I got 150 pretty intense temporary tattoos.
Yeah.
And they're like $7.
It's funny when I think about how long we've sort of been doing this in various capacities now, because I mean, obviously, you and I have both done temporary tattoos our entire lives, but we initially really started thinking about it for our wedding reception.
Yeah.
We were going to have bowls of temporary tattoos on the
that were
tables.
themed for the
They were
wedding.
themed for the wedding. Didn't have the wedding because of COVID. But then we got some made for my family's
Family
reunion
reunion.
a handful of years ago, and I think that was the first time we saw that everybody loves
Yeah,
them. I
adults
was
were-
giving them to my grandfather.
Yeah.
My 94-year-old grandfather
Yeah.
had a giant tattoo on his forearm
Yeah.
that I don't think came off for many days.
Yeah.
My dad, I think, put one on his neck or something.
Yeah.
But everybody was getting into it. And anytime you can bridge the age gap on a doing something
Right.
on some sort of what the fuck is the word I'm looking for? Activity.
Yeah.
I think it's so important because it shows young kids that adults used to be kids, or
Right,
so, or
right,
like,
right.
or
It's
just that
playful
It's
and-
playful. I don't know. It just kind of gets everybody on the same level, which is really fun. And now having this even sort of better excuse to do them,
Yeah.
I really like it.
Yeah, it's easy to theme for an event as well. Like the cost again is low.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely say yes if I can.
Yeah.
To do it.
Anytime it comes up. You know, actually, there's an event I think at the athletic club that they're sort of maybe tapping us for as well.
Yeah, they had mentioned
It's like a sip and shop. It's like a trunk show type of thing. They just thought a bunch of women might want to drink wine and get temporary tattoos.
Yeah,
I was like,
we can order some.
by all means,
Yeah.
Get some like ACC branded
Yeah, we
ones.
probably just need a few weeks lead time.
I know.
on it.
I told them that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's until like September.
Okay.
But another hilariously different event. But
Oh, for sure.
Why not?
Well, it's universal, you know, and you're referring to a club that used to be sort of like fairly conservative.
Yeah.
And very few people would have had tattoos.
Right.
You
right.
know, and to come to a place where they're like,
we want tattoos.
we want tattoos there, you know, even in the temporary fashion. But that's pretty wild
Yeah.
for, I think, them. So
I think so too. Yeah, well, it is the Modern City Club.
it is the Modern City Club for sure.
So, but yeah. What else is on your brain today?
I was pretty locked in on
Were you?
the tattoo for sure.
What was it today?
Oh, well, I just ended up freehanding a big ass dragon.
Oh.
Not at all what we had talked
Okay,
about.
well, you know what's
Not at all.
Really? Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
But yesterday, I think when we got coffee, we were like kind of on our way out, or they were like handing us our coffees, and you were like, well, what did you say? Like, no, you said, I've got a tiny dagger with some flowers today. And the barista was like, what? And I was like, oh, Matt doesn't preface what the fuck he's talking about. He is tattooing a tiny dagger with some flowers on a client today. And she was like, oh, totally. And like, they know that that's what you do. But I'm like, people aren't just expecting you to say, I've got a tiny dagger with flowers today.
Well, what else would I be talking about?
You would say, oh, today I'm tattooing a tiny dagger with flowers on a client.
Wow.
Just
like
the way you word
like
it. It's so
how
funny.
I say
Because
it.
you said it, and I saw them both like look at me like, they were like, were we supposed to understand that?
Well, also, like, out of context, it probably sounds like a foreign language.
Well, exactly. That's what I mean.
I got a tiny dagger. Like, wait, what?
Right. I know that because every day you say, like, I've got this today, I've
Yeah.
got that today, meaning this is my appointment,
Yes.
this is what my client is getting. Other people don't hear that. They just hear what they think you're in possession of when you say that. But it was just, I was literally just
Watch
like, let me translate for you guys.
I feel like, you sort of ask me every day
I do.
what I'm doing.
Well, because I'm always a week ahead.
yeah.
Because I send out the reminder
reminders,
emails.
yep.
And so today, I sort of do know who you have next week. No fucking idea who you have tomorrow because I did that last week.
I think tomorrow I have a sea turtle,
Oh.
American traditional style.
Oh.
So that'll be fun. I have an early appointment, but I can't recall offhand.
Yeah.
But that's why I have a calendar,
Yep.
and I live by my calendar.
Well, yesterday I got to work and I had written a to-do list on my desk, not translated it to something that was going to remind me on my phone or something.
Right.
And I got to work, and at the top of my to-do list was the thing I was supposed to do on Friday, but never got to, and it was needed to be done in
Moments.
it needed to be done on Monday. But anyway, so I was able to do it really quickly, but only because I saw it on my to-do list, and I was like, oh God, my brain. I'm so reliant on lists and reminders and going back to the spreadsheet, trying to stay organized, there's too many moving parts.
Brains are unreliable.
They are.
Well, that's why witness testimony,
Oh yeah.
it's not actually admissible.
Yeah, at all, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like something that could like sort of send you down a lead, but it
I
cannot
forget
be
what is
used
the term for just like
in a
adding
trial.
context or color or something,
Yeah,
but it's like
yeah.
you can't actually use that for a conviction or something. Like eyewitness testimony is the least reliable source.
Yeah, yeah.
Our brains.
I totally believe it.
Oh my God.
Anymore, I'm
They've
like,
done infinite experiments where
Well, and,
people just don't remember actually. We watched the 9/11 thing.
Yeah,
Remember? And it was
yeah.
like people remember tons of specific things, and it's like
that didn't happen
that
at
didn't
all.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I experience it every day. I'll say something and either you remember it completely differently,
Right.
or you remind me that it was a certain way and then I remember, or vice versa, I
Yeah.
remind you. But yeah, it's
It's hard.
it's not good.
Yeah, and I don't know. I feel like I have a strong memory, but not like for my youth.
Well, I was gonna
And I'm
say,
like,
you and I have very different
And I'm
memories.
like, what does that mean? Like, is it because I've like crammed so much information now?
Whereas like I have a I feel like my whole memory bank is just like my childhood and living under my parents' roof.
Yeah.
And now as an adult, maybe it's because, well, one, you have way less you're responsible for when you're a kid.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
so your brain is just focusing on these, it's a very small world. Because, I feel like when I became more independent and an adult and had way more responsibilities in my own life, I feel like I'm having less memories of times.
Right.
Like college that's like a one memory blur at this point. And of course, if I were to really think about it, it'd be fine. But whereas my childhood, I remember like every single age so well. But that's also life. When you're younger, your age is relative to your perception of time. Exactly. And so when you're 7.
Oh, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
A timeout feels like an eternity.
Exactly, because relative to the time you've been alive, it is a larger, I don't even know the right way to word it, but.
I mean, you've been alive less time, so time feels bigger.
Bigger, yeah.
And I think, the way you perceive it, and it's funny because, like, if you're 7 and you're like, all right, well, we'll do that in a week. And you're like, oh my God, it's forever. I can't fucking wait.
Yeah.
And right now, if someone's like, yeah, we'll do that next week. I'm like, it's too soon.
Like, it's way too soon.
It's too fast. I can't give a shit to get
no. Yeah.
A week? No, man. Like I'll see you in a month. Like, no.
And even then, that's a little too soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. But
Smash Mouth they were right.
Oh God, the years start coming and they just
don't
stop coming.
It's wild.
Until you get to the point where you're like, oh God, they're about to stop coming.
I was just talking. That's good. I was just talking about how at some point you get so old that you most people don't fear death anymore.
Right.
A lot of elderly people are like, I'm chill whenever.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's always a part of you, but I think the younger you are, the more death feels maybe intimidating or intense or fearful of it.
I go through these waves. I remember a few years ago, there was like a 6-month period of time where like every night I would get in bed, I would get this like, it wasn't like, I didn't feel like I was about to die by any means, but I would get this like really overwhelming feeling and like very heightened emotional sense of like, I will die.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to feel about it. And it would like freak me out. And then I kind of got over it. And now it's almost like in every other time I think about death, I'm like, oh, whoa, like this is crazy.
Yeah.
It's going to happen to me. And other times I'm like, yeah, whatever, it's going to happen to me. But I don't know. I'm not super chill with it right now.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't be.
I know, exactly. And knock on wood.
You got a lot less to do.
Yeah.
I think at some point, it's like everything people close to you, you're just like, you're around it so often. It happens so much that you're just like, okay, this will be a thing that happens. Obviously, people sometimes feel like they have unfinished business, and people like try to grip, but I don't, I want to have a good quality of life, and I want to try and stay healthy for as long as possible, but I don't think I'll ever be at a point where I'm trying to fight death or aging.
Well, I mean, think about any time you've been sick or just felt physically bad, or at least I don't know how you feel about that, but I'm like, oh, I wouldn't want to feel bad and keep living. Like if I knew this was just how I was gonna feel, and it was to the point I'd be like, okay, it's fine, we're good, we don't need to fight this. I guess, I don't know, that's weird. I do think that whether it's Western culture or American culture specifically, has a very kind of wrong approach to, not wrong, but unhealthy approach to death. I just think there's a lot of cultures that respect it more, that embrace it more. I think we're way too closed off and sort of fearful of the uncertainty and I don't know. I mean, that's a bigger conversation about religion and what is death and what happens after
life. After life, for sure. If you fully believe that you're going to be reincarnated,
you're fine with it.
Then you're way more chill with it. Also, if You know, it's part of a culture where the ancestors visit you and they're part of you or something
Yeah.
too, you know, then you like feel better about it. Also, if you're just around it more, like I think that's a big thing too, is like in Western culture, and you know, I'm in America, so I know America better than other countries, but you don't live with your grandparents and great grandparents.
Right, right. And we've talked about that.
You don't see
yeah.
elderly people or death that close to you very often. And so like if you're not around it as much, then it seems even scarier, the unknown.
Yeah.
You know, and things become more and more unknown. And then if you're like living alone in a way and you put all the old people in a home far away and you don't see, you know, so it's like because you don't have a relationship in the real world,
Right.
you feel very fearful about the afterlife as well, I think.
Yeah.
Until you get to the old home and you're just fucking around it all the time, and you're like, I just want to die.
No. Yeah.
Let me go.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird, but
Anyway, we're all gonna die.
I know. I know. I was talking to my hairstylist about that the other day.
Really? That's fine.
Well, his grandfather's unfortunately,
that's tragic.
about to pass, and so that's what we brought
Yeah.
up the conversation.
Well, there's only
And-
two things for sure in life: death and taxes. Ben Franklin.
I think more so death.
Well, that was the point.
I know.
That was the point.
Oh yeah, old Benny Frank.
Mark Twain would say that youth is the greatest trick the devil ever played,
Oh.
because you get to have this young body that's healthy, and then you spend the rest of your life
Vying for it.
growing old and sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what a terrible thing. Why ever give you the gift of youth, you know?
What is considered the age at which you basically stop growing and you start declining?
I mean, it varies, I think, in men and women, and also,
Well, I guess, they say your brain technically finishes developing around 25. So then the decline would start there for your brain,
but like
right?
muscle development too, like
Yeah.
in different parts of the body at different times. I mean, I think at 40, all your shit just starts to fall apart.
Yeah.
So I think that's the big decline.
How do you feel?
Not great. No. I feel good, but I definitely, but I also,
You do a lot of shit.
I do a lot of shit every day, and I abuse myself pretty intensely, you know. I should probably take better care of myself. I'm slowly hacking away at it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I still feel fine.
Good.
Enough. Well, if I just
If you stop cutting
hacking
yourself.
up my finger, hacking my fingers.
It's all like relative too. Like, I don't know. It's hard for me to perceive. Like, I have a lot of peers
Yeah.
who constantly are talking about how much pain they are in.
Yeah.
You know, and on like constantly at doctors, and I got aches. I got pain.
Well, that's the thing. Is
But
like,
I'm
what's normal?
but I'm like,
what's
I don't
abnormal?
know. And for everybody has a different threshold too. You know.
Totally.
I tattoo a lot of people.
Yeah.
I tattoo a lot of people in the same parts of their bodies. I tattoo a lot of
And
people.
everyone's completely
I
different.
tattoo a lot of people of the same weight, size, demographic, and they all react completely differently to the pain.
Yeah.
You know? And so I think everyone perceives it very differently. I might have a high threshold. I might not.
Right.
I don't fucking know. You know, I only know the pain that I feel. So then it's like really difficult too. I'm like, I don't know. I could be super fucked up, but
Yeah. Yeah. To completely change the subject, because we'll stop talking about death and pain.
yeah. But that's life.
But that's life,
That's
man.
all there is.
So we had 2 shows on this tour that we knew what cities we're playing in, but we weren't really able to announce where we were playing. One of them is Pittsburgh.
Announced
And today we were finally able to announce that we're playing this little festival, which I just thought was like this little neighborhood festival, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, we reached out to some bands and they happened to be helping put it on, so they put us on it. And so they sent out an email a couple of days ago. We're basically like, hey, we're going to announce on Tuesday at noon, and here's a little graphic you can use, and here's a little blurb if you want to use it, or feel free to make your own caption. So today rolls around at noon, and I'm like, okay, it's time to post a thing. I can finally tell people where we will be playing in Pittsburgh, because I've been fucking dying to. So I posted it, and then immediately I saw that 2 other bands from Columbus
Right, yeah.
are also on it. Come to find out, like, it's super highly regarded in Pittsburgh.
I had no
It's
idea.
like I had no fucking idea because I don't look into things. But it was like such a fun surprise. I was like, oh, this is a completely legitimate thing that we somehow. And then one of the bands that we reached out to try to put a show together, like basically for Pittsburgh, I had a lineup of bands that had confirmed, and one of the bands had this connection to the festival and was like, hey, we're gonna try and do this festival, but I can get all these bands on a stage if you want.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, sure, whatever. And so one of the bands has never played the festival, and they were super hyped. They're like, we finally made it to Northside Festival. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
great,
We're all doing it together. So just really fun. I'm
No,
excited.
I think it's going to be a really good one.
I think it'll be
A
cool.
Saturday in Pittsburgh.
As long as it doesn't rain.
As long as it
Because I
doesn't
think
rain.
it's all outside. But
Maybe if it does rain, I've played shows where people are like, fuck it, we're going here. You know?
well, yeah, you just set up at a venue.
Yeah.
Or a bar or
Right,
whatever.
right. If you got a bunch of bands already together.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be good to get a foothold in Pittsburgh. So hopefully we can like.
I think so too. It's so close.
It's so
it is
close.
so. It should be in our radius
Oh,
at all
absolutely.
times.
I mean, we're
Yeah.
hitting all at the 3-hour mark, and I think so. Like 3 hours from Columbus,
Yeah.
Indianapolis, Detroit, Pittsburgh, Lexington.
You're right.
So
I didn't
that-
even think about that little
is
number.
the
Yeah.
perfect sphere.
Yeah. And then
to
obviously
have.
all the things within it.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
We totally are.
I know.
Fuck yeah.
It's great. Great job.
Oh, yeah, totally
Booker.
intentional.
Booking agent, great job.
Just
No,
literally.
you message everybody, on the eastern
Just,
seaboard.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. What hits?
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
figure it out.
100%.
Yeah. I'm very excited for tour.
Yeah, we're a month out.
Yeah, as of yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a month from today, we'll be in Chicago.
Yeah.
Woohoo! That's
Yeah.
gonna be fun. Let's see, what else is left to do? So many things. Buy merch.
Mm-hmm.
Get the band fixed.
I just want to double check that something not needed right now.
Oh, are you needed?
Nope, got it.
Good.
We're good.
Good, because I need you right here.
I know. Well,
right now.
So, yeah, young artist is working this evening who may have needed my assistance, but it appears they figured it out.
Oh, good. Well, that's
Yeah.
always a good feeling.
Yeah.
It's always nice when you can help somebody, but then they ultimately help themselves,
Yes.
and everyone's just stronger for it.
Yep.
I always love that.
Yeah.
Well, it makes you feel good. I mean, not that I'm really ever in positions of properly instructing or teaching someone very often, if any more. But when you can see that, like, what you have done has gotten them to this point where now they're on their own and they're
Yeah.
doing it. And that was just a way of me saying the same thing like 3 different.
Yeah, I
Ways.
was concerned because I don't want to be a bad mentor to
Right.
somebody.
Right.
But it appears I was not needed.
Good.
Yeah.
Was it something that you would have been able to help with, you think?
For sure. Basically,
Okay.
they were trying to use my stencil maker, which,
Oh.
so like, if you've never tattooed before, you put a stencil on the skin. The way you do that is basically you make a printout of your design and you put that on to like doing a carbon
Yeah.
tracing of something, and then you're able to apply that to the skin.
Right.
And they have their own stencil maker, but it's been on the fritz.
Oh, I
And
see.
so they're not used to using mine.
I see.
And I told them to call me, and then I just ignored it.
Like you got a phone call?
Yeah.
Oh, Matt.
I didn't know.
Yeah?
I'm
I
in the middle of
understand.
pod right here.
Well, and you get so many robocalls.
I get nonstop spam.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
But then I got a text that said, figured it out.
Never mind, figured it out.
Yeah, so-
Nice.
It's like throwing your cub off of the cliff and then
Yeah.
crawl back up.
Oh, God. That's kind of a dramatic one.
That's what mountain lions do, famously.
Really?
Yeah, so they well, supposedly, I've not, but this is like an old,
Maybe like a grassy hill?
this is like an old like parable
Yeah,
or whatever
yeah.
that people would say that the mama mountain lion would throw the cubs off the edge of a cliff
Okay.
and only raises the ones that climb back up.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Can we talk
What?
about the bagpiper?
Oh, well, so what was this whole story? It was D-Day, and I saw a whole bunch. I watched like 50 like D-Day remembrance clips because it was the anniversary of D-Day this
Yeah,
past
on
week.
the 6th. I mean, my understanding from the thing
Yeah.
you sent me was it was the Scottish Army,
Mm-hmm.
and the like United, or I think like England, Great Britain. I don't really know how they were. Whatever. they like banned bagpipers because bagpipers used to lead
Always.
armies into battle.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to, what America had with the flutes and the
fifes.
yeah,
and drums,
yeah. But bagpiping was the way, and there was a Scottish bagpiper / I don't know, soldier
Yeah.
on D-Day, and his lieutenant or whomever was basically like, no, we're Scottish. We're not listening to what Great Britain says. You are leading us into battle. And so this motherfucker literally bagpiped off the boat,
Did in Normandy, yeah.
through the water, onto the beach, down the beach, got through all of it. They ended up, getting into land, taking over Normandy, bagpiping across the bridge to basically like secure it. And supposedly, when German soldiers were asked, like,
why didn't you shoot him?
Why didn't you shoot him? They were like, we thought he was insane.
We thought he was crazy.
We thought he had lost his mind.
mind.
We thought this motherfucker was insane.
Yeah, yeah.
And so they called him the Mad Piper.
Yeah.
And there's a statue to him in Normandy, I think, like right by the bridge or something, or maybe right at the entrance to the beach. I don't know. It's just like, make that movie now.
I know.
And I feel like I have heard that story before,
Yes,
but
yeah.
this was like, of course they used AI to
it
like
was a fun
recreate
clip,
the whole clip. But,
Yeah.
why are bagpipes so emotional?
There is something about the tone.
There is
something
about the tone. I can't hear bagpipe. I mean, I was watching that clip, and because it was so obviously AI, it was almost cheesy. But I was like, these bagpipes are just getting me right now. I'm like crying at work.
There's a bit we could look up. Is it like because it's made from like a actual organ, right? Don't they use like stomachs?
I think so. Yeah,
and
yeah.
Like, I don't know, but the sounds it makes and the dissonance, but also it is like hauntingly beautiful.
I don't know. Or is it just how we've historically used them? It's always been in ceremonial,
I was going to say,
especially.
when do you hear bagpipes? It's either at a funeral, weddings, funerals, or like in a parade.
It's always in like a moment that creates memories, or is memory based, or something where it's like, I don't know. You think about life in a larger sense,
and it is old.
It's very old.
It's an instrument that's been around a long time.
Yeah.
So same thing like when you hear, not necessarily having the make you tear up kind of thing, but like if you hear a lute or a harp or anything that's like an older instrument, there's a sense of weird timelessness or nostalgia around it too,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fascinating.
It really is. Every year for Burns Night, I push for bagpipes, and everybody shoots me down every year.
It's loud.
I know. Everyone's like, it's so loud. I'm like, okay.
In an enclosed space, yeah.
I think you should have him at the front, piping people as they walk in.
Okay. Not piping the haggis out?
I mean, I think do it the whole time.
Yeah.
Just pipe away.
Yeah.
It's cool. I've never tried to do it.
I've never tried to do it. Obviously, AC/DC used to have bagpipes.
Yeah. How often, I mean.
It was the original singer before he died. He was the bagpiper. He would bagpipe.
So how many songs would he bagpipe in?
I mean, obviously it's only the one that's famous, so.
God, which one is it? I can't think right now.
Is it A Long Way to the Top?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Bon Scott was his name. Yeah, so I think after Bon Scott, they like.
That'd be funny if
doing
obviously they allowed him to do it in that song, but your boy's just like constantly walking around
Wait,
like Bon.
How do we fit these in?
Give it up.
How do we fit these in?
Give it up.
Yeah.
He's just always rocking the pipes.
I would rock some pipes.
Me too. I think it'd be. I don't know. I don't have time to learn a new thing right now, but.
I think it takes a lot of lung capacity. Well, you got to
inflate them. Well, that's what I wondered.
You got to inflate them first.
Okay, how does that work?
You just.
You literally blow them up.
You blow them up, and then I think it's more of a steady. You don't have to keep blowing them up, and then you use your arm to slowly push the air out as you're going, and so that's like it's almost like an accordion in that capacity, where you sort of like you're pushing the air in and out,
Oh.
And that's what.
So okay, so yeah, but you are blowing in.
Yeah, so you keep blowing, kind of constantly. But to affect kind of the pitch and how hard.
The blowing is almost more so just to keep putting air in it. You're not making it's not like a recorder or something.
The squeezing is what makes the sound.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
Whew, that's kind of like patting your
It's
head and
exactly
rubbing your stomach.
It's exactly like that. It's exactly like that, which I think is the difficulty of it.
Yeah.
But once you get it,
Exactly.
then you can just do it. As far as like the consistency of like keep putting air back into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Now you know.
Now I know.
Yeah.
I bet there's bagpiping school in Columbus.
There's probably a teacher. I don't know if there's a.
Oh yeah, I guess yeah, maybe not a full school.
I don't know if it's a full school. It's a big enough city where, I mean, you have events where bagpipers are going to be at.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so there's some pipes around.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like most places
There's enough. There's enough.
at least someone.
I was going to say there's enough nerds who want to wear a kilt. You know.
Yeah. The kilt thing is interesting. I do love that it's still so part of
Well, it's funny. Like
traditional or just formal.
well, I was going to say if it's like the right setting, I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm into it. If it's the wrong setting, I'm like, you dumb.
Yeah, well, it's way too easy to look too. I think like at a like a black tie event.
Totally.
Especially if there is some of that cultural context and people show up, like
I think
that
if
is
you're
the
Scottish, you have
formal
Scottish
wear.
heritage,
Yeah,
100%. I also like when you go to like a strongman competition or like one of the
Where does
the
that?
Scottish games or whatever.
Did you see the Norwegian soccer team?
No.
Oh my God!
Are
I
they
need
in
to show you a
kilts?
picture. No, they're fucking Vikings.
Oh, that's awesome.
They did like a photo shoot
That's great.
for the World
Cup,
Cup.
of course.
Of course, they're all these like tall, super blonde, super like intense look. They look like Vikings,
that's
which is
awesome.
why they did it. But
Yeah.
oh my God, the Norwegian soccer team.
I'll look it up.
It's really fun. I just saw it today.
I'm excited for the World Cup.
Well,
This is
like
the
the
first-
Olympics, bring the whole fucking like it's a cool thing to
I
get
think this
everybody
is the
hyped
first
together.
year I've really cared about it at all.
I really cared about it 12 years ago.
Obviously, we're hosting it in
Yeah.
America, so maybe I'm just like, it's way more on my radar.
Yeah, I remember I was really into it in 2014, that summer when they did
Mm-hmm.
it. And I ended up watching a ton of matches with people, and it was really fun.
Yeah.
I don't remember who won or what happened.
Oh my God.
But
No. Well, yeah, I remember Argentina, and I remember Messi. You know, so like I remember the last World Cup, like the final few matches, but I really just I don't know why.
so was that
I've
was
known-
2022? Did they do it?
Correct.
That,
It's every 4
oh,
years.
yeah, but was it COVID-y? I'm trying to remember of like what they
I
did.
think it was a
with
little
that.
COVID-y. I can't really call
Yeah.
any COVID action. I mean, it would have been. They would have had some
I
protocols.
don't. I don't remember paying any
Yeah.
attention, like I said, between 2014 and now, at all.
Well, now we're back in.
I think so.
Friday night, USA's first game.
Who are they playing? Portugal.
Can't recall.
Portugal. Does that ring a bell? We'll find out.
Yeah,
I think it's at like 9 o'clock.
it is. It's late.
It's late.
Yeah, we'll see. Ooh.
I'll drink a little coffee.
All right.
I have to pick up our guitars the next day.
True, and we're going out Friday night. Anyway, we'll see.
Well, we're going out with people that also enjoy going to bed at a normal hour.
True,
so
true, true.
I don't think it'll be too crazy. Although I'm gonna be making those Jello shots.
All right, Jello shots. We'll report back.
We'll report back. But yeah, I guess time to go to another meeting.
Time. You have a meeting. I need to get this pork in the oven.
Get the pork in the oven.
But it's good to be back.
It's good to be back. Which finger will I cut
Next
next
time.
week?
Stay tuned for next time.
Which finger?
Which finger will
Come back,
Elizabeth
guys.
cut this
My
time?
hand's gone.
Well, she cut her whole hand off. Please don't cut your hand.
I would love to keep my hands. I'm gonna try really hard.
All right, knock
I
on
want
wood.
To keep my hands.
All right. Later.